Good morning. Isn't it a pretty fall morning? I know you can't feel it, but it's kind of cool this morning, so we are enjoying an unusual little cool fall day. I have a treat for you today. We are going to go to a friend of mine's sister. It's Sharon's sister, and her name is Karen Ingram, and she's a potter. Look at these flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? I love those. I hope she has those because if she does, I want some. But look how beautiful everything is. It's very simple. She has a very simple look here outside. She has a little black kitty cat. That way you know that Halloween's coming. But she also has a very simple fall. And I've been really excited to meet her. Her sister Sharon has talked about all these beautiful things she does. So let's go in and meet her and see if she's at home.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Yes,
How are you?
I want to introduce you to my group.
Okay.
Here we are, all of my fun people that we have. And this is Karen. And Karen Ingram is her name, and she's a potter. And we're going to just to look at a few things she has on her walls. But tell me how you started being a potter.
Well, after I retired, I have a friend. I went to high school in Columbiana. And so I have a friend that was down there, and I saw her, and she says, come to our pottery class. And at the time, I was painting, which I don't do much anymore. But she invited me to come to the class, and I went to the class. It's a great place to take classes. They have all the tools. You can get clay, everything. So I started down there about 8 years ago, and then after about 3 years, I decided to do my own little studio.
Well, let me tell you, I have been to the studio, and this is one of her works that came from that studio. Look at that mermaid. Is she not beautiful? Look at that face. That is so amazing. This is her den area, and the painting over we're going to come back to that painting, but here are a few of the things that she does. We're going to go to her studio, but these are the things that she has in her house. And she has, is he a Bucky too?
Mm-hmm. He's a Bucky.
Okay, I have a Bucky, but she makes Buckies.
And these are some sculptures that I did.
She just is so talented. Look at this little mouse. Oh, he's adorable. I love all of her vases. Okay, that's a morning mug, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
That's my kind of good morning mug. But she puts them in her home too. She makes all kinds of wonderful things. But I'll ask her about this abstract painting on her mantle. You'll never guess what it is. Tell them what it is.
Well, I'm a realistic painter, so I'm not real good at abstracts, but one time during a storm, we had DirecTV, and if anybody's ever had DirecTV, they know that when a storm comes up, the screen gets all pixelated and it just kind of pops around and does crazy things. And so my husband took a picture of it and he said, you need to paint this. And so I did.
And it is, I just loved it. I just loved it. But here's some more on her mantle. Look at this little guy. He is cute. It says, roll over, go to bed, sit out, leave it. I think that's what we all say to our dogs and cats.
And I also did the redbird painting. That's a little bit different. I was trying to make something that looked like stained glass.
And it does. I thought it was stained glass. You nailed that. But I also want to show you her picture. She doesn't paint much anymore. She mostly does the pottery. She calls herself a potter, which she should. It's absolutely gorgeous. But these are some of her. She loves cats. And so she has quite a few cats that she's done over here. And I think these are absolutely adorable.
Mm-hmm. That's our cat Bobo. He's since passed away.
Oh, she's got some chickens. But this little fella right here, he took my heart, this little owl. I think he is adorable. And another cat.
Yes.
So she's multi-talented. She loves doing lots of things. But she's basically now, she's a potter. That's what she loves to do. So we're going to go down to her studio, and she's going to give us a little tour of her studio and talk about what she does. Karen, we're in your studio, and I just love it. This is in the corner over here, behind the door, y'all. Look at those boys, how cute. And then both of these were painted in Lake Martin. I think those are good. But here is a sampling. She's getting ready for a show. When is it?
November the 18th, I think.
18th, and it's in Vestavia.
Vestavia Hills Church.
Yes, Vestavia Church.
Methodist Church.
Methodist Church. She has a Facebook page, and your Facebook page, tell them what it is.
Is facebook.com/Karen's Canvas.
Karen. And I'll get Tam to also link it down in the, she'll link it for you so in case you're interested in something. But this is a sampling. Like I say, she's getting ready for the show, and I'm going to get her to talk a little bit about, as I go, I want her to talk about it and which ones that, how she got the idea, y'all. I mean, it's just amazing what she's done. These clocks are adorable. She does those in groupings. You start and you do your clocks all at one time. Mm-hmm.
It's like I do a batch. You know, once you do something, you get in a rhythm.
Yes.
And so I'll make several different clocks, you know,
yes.
And then I'll finish those, and then I'll move on to something else.
Yes. And this, to me, would be the best gift for bridesmaids. These are vases that she makes. They're absolutely adorable. They're our bridesmaids' dresses. Is that not the cutest thing? And then these little vases, this looks like something that I would love, because you do one. Bucky brings me a flower in all the time. So I always have one flower in a little vase all over the place. Cream and sugars?
Mm-hmm. Yes, those are so fun to make.
I was going to say, this is one of my favorite things. And you know what I really like about it? You didn't go traditional. They're all colors. Mm-hmm. The colors are so great. Love that purple one. These bright colors, y'all know I love a bright color. And I think these butter bowls, dishes.
The butter dishes.
Are absolutely. She even put the little design down in the bottom there. And you have a nose and two eyes over here.
I don't have a mouth yet, but I have those on my trees outside.
She's working on it. And these are the wise men or angels, or singing
that's
kings?
A king. I call them the singing angels.
Oh, wow. I didn't see these at first. Y'all, I had to come down and take a sneak peek, but I didn't even see these. Look how adorable. Now, this is something that I know is difficult to make, the weaving in the baskets.
Mm-hmm. You want me to hold one?
Yes, hold one so they can see. Look how adorable that is. Look how intricate. She even has the stitching on the
strips.
I bet you make 900 strips, don't you? She's going to show us some of the process. I'm really excited about that too. Okay, guys, look at these fellas. Again, the colors are amazing.
Those are called crazy fish.
I wonder why, Karen.
I just love them.
I do too.
We used to have a condo down at Orange Beach for a long time, and I used to sell some of these in a shop down there, but I enjoy making them.
Well, they're adorable. They are so adorable. I can see those in lots of places. But let me tell you what, these guys right here are so fun. Even the little ladies here. Well, I don't know if those are ladies or not. This one is, because she's got pearls on.
They are ladies.
They're ladies. These are, how did you start doing these?
I wanted to make a planter. And of course...
Of course you can't just make a planter.
Right. Carrying my theme of crazy faces and the buckies. I call those buckies. And I don't know. I love doing something that's real fun and whimsical.
Yeah, and she also does these lazy Susans. She had not done, I saw one at her sister's house when I was there. I forgot when, and I'm going, oh, I want one of those. And she said she doesn't do them anymore. Well, she started back doing these, and they're lazy Susans, and they're so cute. And there's her names. That's the name that she is. And then it brings me to another thing that's one of my favorite. And I see you've got them lined up in a row. It's these angels.
Right. These angels are,
I don't know, can I touch this?
you can touch those.
I
yes.
can't touch the ones in the bottom. I want them to see this face.
These 3 have been fired. And those, I call those my raise me up angels.
Oh.
And they're very detailed.
Yes, they are.
And I've sold 2 of them. I haven't actually glazed those yet, so.
These faces are so, and why? The angels, okay. I know you like the whimsical, and these are very detailed. Is there a reason?
Well, when I started doing angels, and I've got some that are finished over on the table over here,
Okay,
but in 2017, I had breast cancer for the 2nd time.
Oh.
And be careful. Those are very fragile.
Y'all know me. I'll drop it.
Those
Y'all know me.
they
Y'all know me out there when I touched it. Every one of them go, oh, Brenda, don't.
Well, those haven't been fired yet, so
Yes.
they're real chalky.
Yes.
But I had cancer back in 2017 for the 2nd time. And I went through 5 months of chemo. And during that time, I don't know, it was around Christmas, I started making angels. And so every year I make angels. Last year I made 45 angels.
Oh, my goodness.
And I sold all but those that you see right over there.
All
which
but
with all the.
Oh, wow.
So
All
I
but the
sold
ones that we looked at first.
42 angels.
It just gives me chills, the story behind it. Too. So I'm going to take you over here to her. Well, you see she has more over here on the shelf. And they all, if you'll notice what I noticed the first is, their heads are different. They each have a personality, and I love that. They each have something, their heads turned a little bit, their arms are different, but each one of them has a personality. But this is her commercial corner, I'm going to call it.
Yeah, there you go.
This is where I'm going to go shopping. I am going to go shopping after we close this down. I'm going to go shopping, and I'm going to figure out which one of these things is coming home with me, because they are adorable. Look at this fish. Look at that mouth. Karen, you're just so talented. Oh, he's got a peg leg.
That's a pirate.
A pirate. I love him. I love him.
And the teapots, I started doing the teapots and the butter dishes and the sugar creamers this year. I've never made a teapot, and I said, I want to make a teapot. So
now, girl, she's going to show you the process. When you see the process, you're going to almost go, how did she do that? She doesn't have a potter's wheel. She does this all by rolling out and forming it. Now, here are some angels that are done, finished, that are absolutely to die for. That one right there catches my eye. Oh my goodness, they are so pretty. These little cats, ring holders, I'm sure. The little cats. Can't you see that on your kitchen table? So cute. And this clock catches my eye. See the little mouse? But I also love this one. Now, this one back here, it's her personal one. But look, the pendulum is going. The little mouse is peeping out and the pendulum is going. This was something that caught my eye. She has the tag down here in the middle of the bread bowl. He's so cute. Now, what is this?
this is an angel.
Candle holder?
Yeah, you can put a candle in it. It was something I did using.
Your rolling pin?
No, no. Okay.
Hey, I'm not one. I've never pottered.
Yeah, okay. I forgot what. Anyway, you roll little strips and you put them around and you just form it up. And I hadn't done that before, so I tried it.
It was a new process, but you did
Yes.
good. And these little spoons right here, one of them's going home with me for sure. And I will absolutely brain any of the grandkids that pick it up. Aren't those cute? Cute. I just love her little corner here, these little dirty bare feet. Look at those. Those are beach feet. Yes. So she's going to show us the process. So but first let's show them where you work.
Okay.
This obviously is what rolls it out.
This is a slab roller. This is what I use, and a lot of times people just roll things out with a rolling pin, but this just makes it so much faster.
Oh, good.
To use this.
Yes. She also has her kill out on her back porch, which, as she said, and I totally understand this, that's why I have a studio at my house. It's so hard to gather all your stuff up, go somewhere else, because you may want to spend 15 minutes, you may want to spend 3 hours. And it's really hard to do that. But this is where a lot of the magic happens.
Yeah, this is where, once I roll the slab, I bring it over here, and this is where I start forming things.
Now I want you to show them the stamps that you've made some, and then you have bought some, right?
Oh, I have so much stuff. You just don't even know how much stuff I have. My husband even told me, you got too much stuff. And he is one to talk. But it's like, I made my own little stamps that I used to stamp the bottom of the pots with, or little stamps like this.
Her whimsical things. I would imagine those are hard to find that reflect the way you want it to do. So you just made them like you do everything else and fired them. And then she stamps the clay. We'll get her to do that too in a little while.
Now the other thing I do, well, I don't do it, but I actually design them. My husband has a 3D printer. And so I made this. It says faith, of course it's backwards.
Yes.
Grace, and I've got about 5 different words.
So he made this on, I feel it now. My granddaughter is fascinated with 3D. Oh, so cool.
But I use these to make the ornaments.
These are the Christmas ornaments. Yes. See, there's faith. Yes. Grace, faith. What a great idea. She also has rolling pins, but they're not just any rolling pin. Do you see this design here? All of the sea creatures? I'm thinking, there's no way. That's so pretty. But I found out it's a rolling pin. And she rolls them out so she can form them any way she wants to.
So you have rolling pins. You have, like for instance, this is a top off. Recognize this?
Yes, I do. And I bet everybody else out there does too.
It's a Tupperware top. Well, I use that for the texture for this little lid.
Look at that. Y'all, how smart. How smart.
So,
and this starts out as a flat. This piece starts out as a flat. Like I say, she's going to show us some things. But it starts out as a flat. Here's what I want you to get in your mind. Let's just use the butter dish, and then I'm going to go to something else. All right. All of this is flat when she starts. Well, the ball's not, but all of it's flat. And then she molds it the way she wants it. She conforms it the way she wants it to conform after she's put all of this pretty stuff on it. And see, that's even that top that goes there. So I mean, it's a process, and so it's not just a wheel and you're making the bowl.
Right.
She's doing everything. But okay, now that I've told you that, look at this fish. Just think of all the components she had to make first, which would be the peg leg, which looks like wood, the teeth, the mouth. She has to do that separate, the eye patch, the backs of the eyes, all this is 3 pieces. And then his little bandana, plus all of it is a separate process.
Right. This is the actual ball. It's 2 different pieces that I put together.
How about that?
And then, of course, adding the fins and
add everything to
that
it.
kind of thing.
Right. But these right here are so delicate. And the spouts, I bet you that is not an easy process to do that spout.
It's my thing. What I love is figuring out how to make something. And once I figure out, then I use patterns. I will make a pattern so that I can go back and make that item again.
How smart.
So
How
I
smart.
have all these things. This is patterns. Clock patterns, a pattern for my unicorns, my angel patterns.
That is so smart.
So I have handle patterns, but they're things that I have developed, and then I can make them all. They'll all be, similar. They won't be the same.
Exactly. Yes.
But they'll be similar.
And this is her drawing table. And this is probably where she gets her ideas started and do your little tiny work, maybe?
I do. This table is where I call it my glazing table. Can you look at all these glazes?
Oh, wow.
I have so many glazes, and I gave away probably 20 bottles of stuff that I never used last year. I gave them to another potter, but glazes, underglazes. I've got stroking coats.
Look at this. I mean, she's amazing. She really is amazing. We're getting ready. First, she's going to explain a little bit about how she does it and when she does it. Now, I'm fascinated with this, y'all. I might turn into a potter.
All right, this is clay. I buy my clay from Alabama Art Supply downtown. This is called a Creole, which is kind of a buff colored clay. But I like to slice off a piece, and I'm going to take this over to the slab roller. And I'm going to try to see these little tiny numbers down here. Let's see, I was about 7/8. And so I start rolling it down, and usually you roll it down to about a 1/4 inch thick. Eighths. I'll come back a little bit.
And
I think that'll be just right.
now, that's her pattern that she uses, that she was talking about, that she used. Just got to get it just right.
Well, I think I'm going to make it just a hair longer, just to be sure.
Now, when you turn that, that makes it thinner, correct?
Yes, I'm lowering it. Yeah, that should be just right. See, fits on there nicely.
All right. I bet that is easier than a rolling pin.
Oh goodness. Well, and you want it to get the a 1/4 inch width, so that people will have these boards, and so they roll a rolling pin, and it has to be over these boards that are 1/4 inch tall. I mean, it just takes a long time.
I like this process.
Oh, I do too. Let's see if that's going to work. Just a little bit.
It's really an intricate process. You've got to get everything, to begin with, it's got to be exactly the way you need it, because you don't want your skirt to be half working.
So then I'm going to carry this over here, get my pattern, and I'll smooth out and compress the clay first. Plus it gets rid of this little grainy looking texture that's on the canvas from when you're rolling it. This is cornstarch.
Ah, keep it from sticking?
Yeah, to keep my pen from sticking on there. So I just put some in a little.
See, I would have never thought that would have been a part of the process. There's so many steps you don't think about.
I used to use baby oil, but I mean it just kind of messes up your
Oh yeah, I bet it does.
your rolling pin. So.
And over the years, she's learned just exactly how much pressure to put on it.
And I think what I need to do, I'm going to cut that off. use that for something later because I don't want to put this texture on that.
No,
And then I've got,
it worked out just right.
where's my little tool here?
Now it's just cutting out the pattern. Notice how, now the pattern is precise.
Yes.
Yes, and it's kind of like when we are doing covering, like when I cover a wood piece, I make a pattern first, and then I'll cover it up with paper, and it has to be just right. But y'all know I never get it just right, correct? I'm not a precise person.
Okay. So this will be the body of the angel. And I bevel these sides so that when they go together,
Ah, they overlap and
yeah.
even instead of having the ridge. Ah, cool.
So this is too wet. Look how floppy it is. It's too wet to use right now. So I'm going to have to set it aside.
Okay.
And then I can work on some other parts.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I know I need wings and I need, on this angel, let me show you. This little angel has this little skirt that comes around the side. So I made a little pattern for that. So I'm going to first cut the wing. Cut me a little piece here.
A lot of moving parts to an angel.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to reach right down here.
Okay, gang.
You know what this is?
Yes!
Okay.
I love it. Y'all, that's a plastic placemat.
That's a potter's best friend. I have so many.
Oh, my goodness.
They are great to use.
I saw a bunch at the Dollar Tree the other day.
Well, maybe I need to go there.
Yes.
I need some more stuff.
Yeah, we always need more stuff. What are you talking about? Sounds like a road trip.
Let's see me find my little roller. There's my, and I roll this on here.
All right, there's the magic. Look at there. And I love the fact, now this is my forte. I love the fact that you don't want it to be exact.
Right.
Some are, some aren't. And I love that fact.
And so then I'll cut this out.
Y'all, she fussy cuts the way I do.
Okay.
See, you can fussy cut being a potter too.
And this is my slip.
You're what?
Slip. All it is this clay with water in it. So it's real mushy.
Mm-hmm.
And use that to smooth out the edges.
Oh. Kind of like when you bake a pie and you decorate it,
Yes.
except a little more detailed.
Okay. Now that's pretty floppy too. It's going to have to dry. I'm going to put it over here.
Okay.
And I'll make this little skirt part. I'll roll this a little thinner.
So it's easier to work with?
Well, you know, it's just decorative, so it doesn't need, usually you use the 1/4 inch just for it to be, give it support, you know.
Right.
So that it's strong enough.
Right.
See, this is thin. It's just a decorative area, so that's what I'm going to do here. And believe me, I've made lots of angels.
Oh,
So my patterns aren't exact, you know.
that's okay.
Kind of like, but
You don't want everything to be exact.
no, and I don't want to have to recreate the wheel every time.
No. And even when you do use that pattern, it's different.
Let's see. And I'm going to roll this around.
I just love that.
I love these little wooden rollers. I got
Yes.
several. They are, they're just so, for smaller things,
Yes.
they're really easy to use.
And so pretty. She's going to do the little buttons around it using that, the little dots.
And then I like to make the little stitches.
So much detail that your eye doesn't see until you watch the process.
Okay.
That's cool.
And then when I dry this, usually, you know, it has little ruffles in it. Where's me some to use? Let me use this pen.
Ah.
I just kind of use this to get started.
Yes.
Oops.
To get you some ruffles going.
And then I can kind of shape it.
Play with them. Oh gosh, that's so.
Do it up.
And
And that's wet, so I'm going to lay it over here to dry.
And she just keeps building and building until she has her angel.
That's right.
And it's a process that's a lot more time consuming than you think. Let's look at the angel again. See, there's her ruffle that she made, and the body that she did, and her wings. And I bet the hair is a whole different animal, isn't it?
It's a whole different animal.
We've seen the process that you use and how you do it, and everything that she's made is done that way. This is so many different moving parts that she has to do. I can't even imagine plaiting all of those strips. But she has so many things to do to get ready. You got angels, you got a fire, you've got all the stuff. So how many angels are you going to make?
I don't know.
How many have you made?
I've made 33.
And how many have you got in the process?
It includes the ones that I have in process right now. So this will make 34. So I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm going to do something, some different angels, I think, for this next thing.
Next process.
Yeah, but I'll probably do.
We thank you so
40 or
much.
50.
Okay, I'm going to clap. Y'all can clap if you want to. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. She invited me into her home through her sister and her sister's friend. So she's never met me before. I'd never met her before. And we just want to thank you so much because
welcome.
this is such a great process
Thank
on
you.
there. Now I'm going shopping.
All right.
Till our next adventure.